Thank the gentleman. Chair now recognizes Mr. Davis of North Carolina for 5 minutes.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. And I want to first start today by thanking all of the men and women who are serving our country, both home and abroad, and even those who are here in support roles. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And General Milley, thank you. God bless you for your service. And Secretary, thanks for your continued service, and definitely it's good to see you again. My question to General Milley, I agree with you that our adversaries view space as a war-fighting domain and believe that achieving supremacy in this area will be a decisive factor in winning future conflicts. Do you believe the budget goes far enough to support U.S. space capabilities to ensure that we maintain a competitive edge?
As with any budget, it's all about balance. You're really balancing resources to make sure that you're advancing along a wide variety of programs. This budget puts about $33 billion, I think it is, into space. I think that's an adequate amount of money given the totality of the budget. What is key here is how do you apply that $33 billion? And we're applying that in our space programs for defense and offense. What we have to be careful, though, as a nation also is the weaponization of space, this domain of space. Space is critical to our country. It's critical to our commerce. It's critical to our day-to-day life. And we, the military, have for certain critical capabilities that rely in space. So, as I said before, resilient, redundant capabilities in space, a lot of small things running around that gives us those capabilities. That's what I would advocate for as we go forward in the programs. But $33 billion is a lot of money. It depends on where we put it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, I want to start with something General Milley said earlier. And I think for me, it was a great takeaway for today, is when we're losing people, it's personal. It's personal. And it is personal. And let me tell you something else that's personal. It's personal when someone goes to serve our country, to come back home to take their lives. And I commend you, absolutely commend you, for noting suicide prevention and addressing that in the budget and forming a working group. My question is, when we think about the efforts that are underway, the initiatives that are underway, do you have a sense of how this will really help curtail suicides in the ranks?
This is, thank you, sir. This is one of the most complex issues that any of us have ever taken on, and it's been a constant effort, combined effort throughout. And I think that all of us would agree that we have to do better. Now, from 21 to 22, we did see in the active force an incremental improvement in the numbers. For the reserve component, the numbers were flat. We're hoping that we'll continue to see some improvement going forward. But, you know, we're going to stay focused on this going forward, because this is really important to the point that you just passionately made. This is about our people's lives, and it doesn't have to be this way. So we're going to emphasize safety. You know, a large number of suicides happen with firearms. And we're going to make sure that our troops, our family members, have the means to adequately secure their firearms and use them safely. But there's just a number of things that we're going to continue to focus on, and mental health is one of those things. We've got to continue to resource this in a proper way. So we really appreciate your support, and thanks for your support for what we're asking for in this budget to apply to mental health and suicide prevention.
And Mr. Secretary, one of the point that I raised, I started on a journey to look at how we can activate an Air Force ROTC unit at Elizabeth City State University to realize that nearly 70%, 75% or so are viable detachments on the Air Force side. But then I was inquiring, and it seems like 1 out of 15 of the HBCUs were viable. HBCUs, how can we cultivate or even expand the work there? Because I believe they're vital to our national interest.
I agree. I think the first step is engagement with the leadership at the various institutions. and making sure that our services are reaching out where appropriate as well. I think these.
Gentleman's time's expired.